Now that we've got your first program on it, let's talk a little bit more about block programming. The idea of block-based programming is to give you a really simple graphical user interface. We're going to take blocks with specific shapes, drag them around on the screen, and based on the way those are put together, they're going to tell your device what to do. So if we go look at our screen, you'll notice I've got things under light, I've got things under inputs, I've got things under music, and all of these are different shapes and different things we can do to them. So, for example, let's go back to our light for a second. You'll notice we've got show animation. We already used it already. I'm also going to go grab show ring. So let's take our show ring animation here. And I'm going to take show ring and I'm going to drag it into the forever block after the show animation. So now I have a command that says show animation for 500 milliseconds. So let's go change that to 1 second. Look, that's 1,000 milliseconds. And then I'm going to show ring, and right now it's set to red. Now purple is my favorite color. If you know me very well, you already know that. So I'm going to click on purple, and I'm going to turn the whole thing purple by clicking on these little show rings after I've done that. So now it's going to show my animation for a second, and then it's going to turn purple. And I've just changed the program. The other thing I can do if I want to learn some more about something is I can right-click on one of these and go to help and get help information about how to use that specific value. However slow that might be today, but while we're doing that, I'm going to hit download and go ahead and download this program again. Now, my LEDs still aren't green. I'm not in programming mode yet. So if I want to be in programming mode again, I need to click the reset button, turn my LEDs green, and then I can grab this latest file and I can grab it onto the C Play Boot root. And now it's got an animation and then it's turning purple, animation purple, animation purple, and it's just going to repeat that over and over again. And we'll learn some of the additional things we can do. Maybe I want it just to be purple. Go back to my program. I'm going to delete the animation, download this again, take my device back to programming mode, go back to Finder, and again drag this latest program onto C Play Boot. And now my LED is just going to stay purple forever. It's pretty boring, but it's nice to know that I can do that. So now it's your turn. Go ahead, pause the video, and play with animations and lights, and see the different things you can do with show ring. Don't get too far ahead of me now, because if you do, you'll start running into questions, and I promise we'll cover them in a little bit. Once you're done with the video and with playing with all of those things, let's try one more thing. Let's look at some other shapes and some other commands we can send. And in this case, the input I want to use is on shake. So I'm going to delete my show ring field here, and note that I've got a square block for forever. But I can also find a lot of other square blocks in input, and one of those is on shake. So I'm going to select on shake, and I'm going to say I want on shake all my lights to turn blue. So I'm going to drag show ring over here again, pick blue, click blue on all these lovely lights to turn all of them blue, on shake. And then I'm going to go back into my forever loop, and I'm going to leave that with my animation. So I think it should be animated, and I'm going to turn it blue when I shake it. So let's download that, put that on my device, hit reset, grab that new one to my device, turns it blue. Shake, blue. Shake, blue, blue, etc., etc. And I can turn it blue over and over again. And that's the kinds of things you're going to do. Now, obviously, we might need to add a little weight and some other commands in. I mean, we'll talk about more of those things we can do as we move things around. Your one advanced command, though, for this moment is going to be wait. So I'm going to go find the wait command under the logic section here, not under logic. Where's wait hiding?
Search for it.
Ah, so professor says search for it.
Hiding in the shadows.
Wait. So I'm going to grab pause and I'm going to wait. And maybe I don't want wait. Maybe pause is better. Let's see how long pause is, where pause is in search. Pause is probably better, so I'm going to grab pause and drag it over here. As long as it's the same shape, you can use it. So now I'm going to say pause for a second. So let's see if this program looks any different. We've downloaded it. We're switching to programming mode. We'll drag it into the disk. And now when we shake it, it stays longer. And that, my friends, is what you need to know about the basics of programming. So once you're done and happy with some of those basic things, come back and we'll talk about if statements and how to let it decide whether it wants to do one thing or something else.